What's up guys, I'm Tone Balone, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Nexigo 1080p webcam. This webcam has a 1080p camera that shoots at 30 frames per second. It has a crazy wide angle lens at 110 degrees, and it has a built-in microphone. Now to plug this in, you have a USB-A cable here. I personally use it with my MacBook Pro M1, so I have a USB-A to USB-C adapter. Now getting it fired up on your laptop is super simple. All you have to do is plug it in. There's no drivers, there's no software you have to install. You open Zoom, Teams, whatever you're using, and it instantly recognizes it, should switch it over, and it was really plug and play and really quick for me to install. Another nice feature that they did add on here is going to be a privacy cover that does snap on and off, and that way if you do want to make it so it's not always viewable, you can just snap that on, use it whenever you need it, close it down. Personally, I'm not that concerned, so I just leave it off and just have the webcam exposed. Now you do know when the webcam is actually filming because you have one indicator light here, and there's one power light on the side as well that lets you know when it is plugged in and there's power running to it. Now putting this on top of your laptop monitor, it's really simple. You just have a bunch of these rubber pads on here that you use to place it on top. I've tried it on really thick monitors, and I've tried it on my ultra thin MacBook Pro, and it's had no issues with that. These rubber pads make it super stable, and you can easily walk around with the laptop in your hands, and there's no risk of it falling off. I'm still on top of my MacBook Pro here, and the camera is completely steady. Now looking at the webcam in general, you can see the only thing I really don't like about this is going to be the glossy texture on the front. Installing the privacy thing and going around, you get a lot of fingerprints that run across this front here. I'd like to see this maybe switch to a matte finish in the near future, but that's really one of my only complaints with this. Now the webcam itself is fantastic. It works really well in really high light situations. Because of the sensors built into this, it does struggle in low light conditions where it's not capturing as much light as this camera needs. Now, as you can see, when I have all the light behind me, the sensor is just not good enough to pick anything coming up in the front, which is something you should expect. So you should try and make sure that you do have really good lighting conditions. That way you get the best possible picture out of this camera. The wide angle is also really convenient to have if you're in like a meeting room or larger settings where you need to capture more people. However, with that wide angle, you start to see it's distorted around the edges and it becomes more like a fisheye look, which I'm not a big fan of, but I do like that it does capture a wider angle. Now it is only 30 frames per second, so you can see as I move my hands a bit, there is a little bit of blurring. You can also tell, if you do want to set it a little bit farther away from you here, as you get closer to the edges, see how you start to get a little bit of distortion in how that cup actually looks. The webcam also does have an adjustable head on here. There's no adjustment on the inside to adjust that tension, but you can easily just move it around, play with it, get it set exactly where you want it, and then you're good to go from there. Now, if you don't want to attach it directly to your monitor or laptop just because you want it to be in one stable spot, you also do have a thread on the bottom so you can attach it to any kind of tripod and it can sit on top of there. Now, the main reason I decided to pick this one up is it is going to try and compete with the Logitech C20X webcam. That webcam is also a 1080p 30 frames per second webcam, although it retails for more than double the cost of this. Comparing them, I can see that I'm much happier by purchasing this, and it does exactly the job that you need it to do. Now, don't forget, we do have this product linked in the description down below so you can pick it up for yourself. Like today's video if you did like it. Subscribe as we put up tons of reviews like this every single week. I'm Tone Balone. Thanks for watching.